All right, this is Wednesday's math video, and we are going to be practicing with base 10 blocks today. So for today's video, make sure that you have your tens and ones mat, and make sure that you have your base 10 blocks. Okay, we're going to be building numbers and exchanging base 10 blocks. All right, so I have my tens and ones mat here. I don't have base 10 blocks that I can use on here. So for longs, I am going to be drawing a line. And for cubes, I am going to be drawing a dot. Okay? So this will be a long, and this will be a dot. Okay? And that's just how it has to be during this time. So if you don't have your materials yet, go ahead and pause the video, then go get your materials. If you have your materials, we're going to get started. On your tens and ones mat, I'd like you to show me 6 longs and 4 cubes. So you're going to build 6 longs and 4 cubes. Then I'd like you to tell me what number it is. What number did you build? If you need more time to build it, go ahead and pause the video. Otherwise, I'm going to do it with you, okay? 6 longs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. What number is this? Well, I have 6 tens and I have 4 ones. That number is 64. Let's count our base 10 blocks just to double check. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. 64. All right. Clear your base 10 blocks. And your board. And this time, I'd like you to show me 4 longs and 6 cubes. 4 longs and 6 cubes. All right, pause the video now, build your numbers, and then start the video again. Okay? 4 longs, 6 cubes. All right, I assume that you have built this and you have figured out what number it is. Let's do it together. 4 long, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forgot 6 cubes. All right, so I have 4 longs, 4 tens, 6 cubes, 6 ones. So I have the number 46. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 46. Now I would like you to think about which number is bigger. We built 64 and now we built 46. Which number is bigger? Yeah, 64 is bigger because there were more tens. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many tens were there in 64? There were 6. Is 6 bigger than 4? Yeah, that's how we know a number is bigger, because it has more tens. Okay? All right, clear your board. And the next number I'd like us to build, show 7 longs and 0 cubes, and then figure out what number you wrote, or what number you built. 7 longs, 0 cubes. Pause the video now to build. Okay, I assume that you have built. Let's get started. 7 longs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 0 cubes. Well, that's easy. I don't have to do anything. I have 7 tens. I have 0 ones. That number is 70. Okay. How many, or what does the 0 represent in this number? What does the 0 mean? The 0 represents the ones. 0 ones. There are 0 ones in this number. The 7 represents the 7 tens that are in this number. Okay, so this 7 represents tens. This 0 represents ones. 0 ones, 7 tens. All right, clear your board. All right, your next number. I'd like you to show 1 long and 5 cubes. 1 long and 5 cubes. All right, pause the video now to build the number. All right, I assume you paused the video. I assume you built the number. Now let's do it together. 1 long and 5 cubes. Okay, 1 long, 5 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, what number is this? Well, we have 1 long, we have 5 cubes. That number is 15. What does this 1 represent? This 1 represents 110, right? The 5 represents 5 ones. All right, let's erase. We'll do a couple more and then we'll switch to do some exchanging. I would like you to show me 3 longs and 7 cubes. Then I have a challenge for you. 3 longs and 7 cubes. Go ahead and pause the video now to build. 3 longs and 7 cubes. Okay, I'm going to assume that you have built this. All right, so 3 longs and 7 cubes. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. 3 longs, 7 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you notice how I say that over and over again, 3 longs and 7 cubes? I say that to help myself remember what number I'm building. You can say that too. It's helpful. All right, what number do we have? Well, how many tens do we have? We have 3 tens. We have 7 ones. What number do we have? 37. All right. I have a challenge for you. I would like you to either tell me, or if you have your whiteboard, you can write it. I would like you to find 2 other numbers that have 3 tens in them. 2 other numbers that have 3 tens. Or a 3 in the tens place, you could say it that way too. So pause the video, try to think of 2 other numbers that have 3 in the tens place. Okay, I'm going to assume that you've already tried this challenge. Let's think about this. If I need to think of another number that has 3 in the tens place, I can think of any of our 30 numbers, right? So 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, which we already used, 38, 39. Would 40 work? 40 would not work because if I change this to a 4, that means that I'm adding a 10 and I'm And is the tens place going to be a 3 anymore? No, so 40 wouldn't work, but 33 might, or 34, or 38, or 39, or 35. So any number that had a 3 in the tens place works to meet that challenge. All right, clear your board. That means take all of your base 10 blocks off of your board, and let's keep going. Let's do 2 longs and 2 cubes. 2 longs and 2 cubes. Okay, pause the video now to build that. 2 longs, 2 cubes. All right, I assume you're ready to do it with me. 2 longs, 2 cubes. What number is that? Well, we have 2 tens and we have 2 ones. 22. Beautiful. All righty. Another challenge. Can you name another number that has 2 in the ones place? So 2 in the ones place. Last time I had you name another number that had 3 in the tens place. This time I'd like you to name another number that has 2 in the ones place. So go ahead and pause the video if you haven't already and try to think of 2 other numbers that have 2 in the ones place. All right, I assume you've paused the video and tried to think of 2 other numbers with 2 in the ones place. To do this, I'm going to keep this the same, but I'm going to add some tens. So maybe I add 1 10. And now I don't have 22, I have 32. What if I add 2 more tens? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I don't have 32, now I have, that's a funky looking 5. Now I have 52. Does it still have 2 in the ones place? Yeah, I didn't change anything over here. I'm only changing the tens. I'm adding tens, and the number in the tens place is getting bigger. Like that. Okay. So any of those numbers, so 62, 32, 22, 12, could I have come up with this number and met that challenge? 0 in the tens place, 2 in the ones place. Yep, that 2 is still in the ones place, even though there's an imaginary 0 in front of it. All right, clear your boards, and now we are going to start some exchanging. Okay, so that was just practice building and kind of talking about the tens in the ones place. Now we're going to do some exchanging. I would like on your board you to show me, and we're going to try this. It might not work with the number of base 10 blocks that you have. So if that's the case, if I'm giving you a number that's too high, I think we put 10 longs and 20 cubes in each set of base 10 blocks. But if for some reason it's not working with your actual base 10 blocks to do this, you can just use a marker on your tens and ones mat just like I am, okay? So I would like you to show me 3 longs and 16 cubes. So on your board, you're either going to draw or you're going to build 3 longs and 16 cubes. So pause the video now to build that. 3 longs and 16 cubes. Okay, I'm going to assume that you have built this and on your mat. Let's walk through the exchange on this first one, and then for the next couple, I'll have you do the exchange on your own too, okay? So 3 longs and 16 cubes. I'm gonna build that. 1, 2, 3, 16 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, now we need to do an exchange. An exchange is where we take 10 cubes and exchange them for a long, because remember, a long is 10, all right? We want to make sure that we're doing exchanges so there's no more than 10 ones on the board, okay? These 10 ones turn into a long. They change the tens place, okay? So let's count our 10 cubes and do our exchange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it's all of those, all of these, and this one. So the ones I circled, I am going to take off the board and I am going to put them together. In my head, I can picture this. I'm going to put all those little cubes together into one long. And then I'm going to take these off the board so that they're not there anymore. Okay. Now what number do we have? Well, let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40. I have 4 in the tens, 4 tens, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. I have the number 46 on my board now. All right, so you walked through that exchange with me. Again, we had 16 ones here. We knew that that's too many. So we had to count 10 out, take them off of our board, and in our heads, we're kind of putting them together in a long, and then we put that long over here. Okay, that was the exchange. We took the tens off, and we put them, the 10 cubes off, and we put them together in a long. All right. So this number is 46. All right, clear your boards. We're going to do another one, and this time I want you to build the number that I'm asking you to build, and then I want you to do the exchange on your own before you start the video again, okay? All right, let's clear our boards, and then we'll get that number going. All right, I would like you to show me 4 longs and 10 cubes. So I want you to build 4 longs and 10 cubes on your board, then do an exchange, then start the video again. All right, so 4 longs, 10 cubes, pause the video now to build it, do the exchange, then start the video. All right, I assume that you have built the number that I asked you to build, 4 longs and 10 cubes, and you've done the exchange. So your board is going to look different than mine at the beginning. I'm going to build mine now. 4 longs, 10 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I know that there are 10 cubes because that's what I just built. And I know that I need to do an exchange. There cannot be 10 or more cubes in the ones place. So I know that there's 10 here. So all of these I am going to picture putting together into one long, and I'm going to move that long over here. Then I'm going to erase my cubes because I already have them represented over here. I don't need them anymore. And let's count to see what number we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I have 5 tens. I have 0 ones. So this number is 50. I'm just going to count my base 10 blocks just to check. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That number is 50. All right, I hope you got 52. We're going to do one more exchanging, and then we'll talk about what else you have to do for math, and then we'll be all done. So clear your boards. And I would like you to put on your boards 0 longs and 15 cubes. All right, so when you pause the video, you are going to build 0 longs and 15 cubes. You are going to do the exchange, figure out what number we have on our board, and then start the video again and do it with me, okay? 0 longs, 15 cubes, pause the video now. All right, I assume you've paused the video. Let's do it together. 0 longs, well, that's easy, I don't need to do anything there. 15 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Notice how I'm kind of putting my cubes on the board in an orderly fashion. I'm not just kind of throwing them on there. And if you're using base 10 blocks, that's a little bit harder. If you're drawing, if I just drew random dots in this, it's not going to be as easy to count my 10 and figure out which 10 I need to pull off the board to do my exchange. So anytime you're using a chart like this, try to set it up orderly, not randomly. So I'm putting my dots in a line so they're easier to count, okay? I'm also making them the same size, which is also important. Okay, so I have 0 longs and I have 15 cubes. I need to do an exchange. There's more than 10 cubes over here. So I'm going to count those 10 and I'm going to, in my head, put them together into a long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it was all of these, all of those, and this last one. I'm just going to double check that circle to make sure I'm not taking too many off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's always good to double check your counting. All right, so I am in my head taking all of those little cubes and I'm putting them together in one long that I'm going to draw on my board now. Now I can take those cubes off. I don't need them anymore. I've already put them on my board as a long. Can't keep them on because then my number will be wrong. So now I have 1 in my tens place and I have 5 in my ones place. That number's 15. I'm going to count my base 10 blocks just to make sure. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That number's 15. All right. All right. So after this video, you have one Google form to do, and then your math for today is done. All right. I will see you next time, guys. Bye.